Welcome back to Croc, Legend of the Gobbos. This is part 5, and we're finally taking on the Baron Dante himself. I mean, we're not. we're still trying to get through his levels, obviously. And yeah, this is when the game becomes very, very, you know, typical final boss, evil castle lair thing. Are we even going to have any Gobbos to save? I imagine we are. It's not going to do that end game thing where they get rid of all the collectibles, right? There's some extra lives down. Oh, you bitch. You're gonna put a Gobbo right there. I can guarantee you. Fucking stop stomping Yuzo. You're not Nintendo? There you go. I knew it. And there's a gem in here, right? Thanks, game. Now I have to fucking ride this thing. Oh, that's a really cool design. It kind of looks like an abstract, like... Oh, that's really cool. Look at it. Alright. That's neat. Crumbling platforms. It's such an easy... Oh, fuck. It's such an easy way to depict, like, the idea of a crumbling platform just by putting a crack on it. And it's very useful, to be honest. I really can't stand when games don't communicate that kind of shit. I mean, like, everyone knows that you need to have cracked platforms for good game preservation. See, that was a double entendre right there. It's because cracked, like game cracks. It's interesting how game cracks have, like, you know, I probably shouldn't be talking about this, but fuck it. How they've evolved from like the executable to just a Steam.dll or whatever. You know, like a direct link, dynamic link library. You know. Like, it used to be, like, the actual, like, a no-CD crack, as it's called, which is, like, basically an executable that replaces the original so you can actually fucking play it together. Oh! We have a new gimmick! Yeah, whereas now it's... Oh, okay, that doesn't kill you. How do I know so much about game piracy? I can't believe I solved that puzzle so easily. God, okay. Oh, what? Wait, is this... No, okay, this isn't the exact same level section. It better not be. I love that motif. Is it modular? Oh, okay. We're finally introducing some of that old school challenge. This game came out in 97, man. It came out 10 years too late to be old school. And what, you think you're like 50 years old to be calling that? Well, I mean, I don't know. I like to talk about the grander, the grander scheme of gaming as a medium. And if you really stop and think about it, 1997 is like, that's like that midway, like the late 90s was like the middle period, you know? At least now in the grand scheme of things. Hold on, wait, how do I... Wait, he targets you. I think he targets you. As in, I can't do shit about that unless I just time... Oh, I have to lure him all the way to... Yeah, but that thing falls apart. Then what am I supposed... Okay. I got lucky. Nope. How did... When could Croc jump that high? Well, okay. What was I saying? Fucking release dates. I'm 50 million years old. Yeah, that one. Well, the thing is, right... In my head, everything past, like, the year 2000 is, like, modern gaming. No, okay, let's be a little more accurate here. Everything past the year 2006, I'd say, is modern gaming. Like, everything past, like, the 360. Because, I mean, come on, you hold a 360 controller in your hands, and it's like, oh, it's like a modern game. Now, you hold a PS1 controller in your hands without the DualShock? Okay, yeah. You kind of feel a little, this doesn't feel quite modern. Basically, anything before analog triggers, I'd say. Oh, wait a second. Shit, the original Xbox. That has analog triggers. Yeah, but it only has 2. It's, you know, you're supposed to have the triggers and the bumpers, right? So the 7th generation was like that point when things just... And it's funny because, like, I sound like an old man talking about this shit, but I was literally born a year after the 6th generation started. I missed like 5 generations, you know? There are people who genuinely have been around since the old arcade days, you know? So they can kind of talk the talk, I guess. Please tell me there's something good in here. What the fuck? Oh, it's that level. It's that one level that has that really strange but interesting, environmental, literally mechanical challenge. Huh. Okay then, or we're gonna go open all the rest of the boxes. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so what you do here is you drop these cogs. Ah, nice. That they didn't even fucking try with that one. Is you drop these cogs, look what happens. You die. Okay, let's try it again. Come on, make his hitbox bigger. Yazoo! Alright. Cool. When's he gonna start saying Ryujinx or Sukati? Sukati? I just looked it up. It's this, was it a fork of yuzu, or... I mean, it's named after a Japanese fruit, so I think I'm not, you know... What's up with, like, so many emulators being named after fucking, like, Japanese fruit? Okay, there's just two, really, and also Citra and Lime. We gotta have Melon DS, we gotta rename that to something. Rename it to... Takayaki... Oh, that's not fruit. Whatever, I don't know. I find that interesting. Oh, speaking of Nintendo, and stupid things. Okay, basically, Sonic X Shadow Generations technically still hasn't released as of the... I mean, by the time you're seeing this, it is out. How the fuck am I supposed to get that? Oh, no. I have... Okay, let's try going here. Technically, it's not out, but, like, it kind of is out. Like, some people have already played it, and not even, like, reviewers or anything. Like, I think it has something to do with the pre-order. They've just started doing this thing where it's like, you know, I think Age of Mythology... Okay, that's not gonna work. No, it's gotta work, right? I have to get just close enough, and I can make it. Because Age of Mythology Retold did this thing where, oh, you could play the game early. There you go. And it really does kind of sicken me to know that that's how little game publishers now value the product. It's like... Oh, you get to play it a little early. Like, I'm over here like, who gives a shit? I play most games decades after they were released. You know? The only game... I can only count 3 games that I have played as of late, that is. Because I used to be a lot more in touch, if that makes sense. I stopped giving a shit. But the only 3 games I've played within a year of their release are Sonic Mania. I mean, yes, I did play it, but I mean, like, recently. Sonic Superstars, because of course, Mario Wonder. Oh, you motherfucker. I'm gonna have to wait for that a little bit longer. And I guess Sprawl, maybe? Hot Wheels Unleashed, that as well. Okay, and get on that shit. Oh, and I guess Dirt Rally 2. Okay, there's a couple games I've played basically day of release or very close to day of release. I got Dirt 4 2017 like day 1, and it took forever for it to download. I mean, Jesus Christ, that game is... I don't know if it says something about my internet or just... to be fair, I was living in a different part of the house at the time, where that was, for fuck's sake, that was farther away from the router, so now my internet connection is just a little bit better because I'm not... You know, it doesn't have to travel through several layers of concrete. It only has to travel through a couple meters of air. So, it's going to be a little bit easier for it to reach the computer. And that's cool. But anyway, what about Sonic and Shadow Generations? Okay, a terrible title. It sounds like a fucking hentai. It sounds like a bad fanfic. But other than that, you know what I like about it, actually? Just fucking speed this up. I really like the fact that... They did some very creative and interesting things with the levels. I can't say, like, I'm super impressed by, like, all of the level design. It just kind of looks like Forces 2. And, like, I kind of liked that game when it came out, to be fair. I'm not gonna, like, say it's, like, the best, it's not, but... You know what I really, really love? The fact that... I'm gonna assume this is... Yeah, okay. Just like in the NES days. I love the fact that they, well, for one, what the fuck is that thing? I think you actually have to do this. Go like this. What they did was, they took, so Sunset Heights, right? You know that level? That was like the hype-ass level, right? Like, I was 16 years old when Sonic Forces came out, right? What the fuck am I supposed to do with this guy? Like, I know it's like the right order, right? No. I could hear a sound. Okay, anyway, so I was a child, basically, when that game came out, right? And you can't hurt those. And so now, obviously, seeing Sunset Heights was like, oh, it's cool. I was in high school when that came out. And I was totally fucking, like, I don't want to say hyped, but when I saw the initial bit of gameplay, I was like, my mind just started running wild. Like, what could he do with this? It's gonna be so cool. And then the level was like 1.5 minutes long. So I'm really happy that in Sonic X Shadow Generations, they took Sunset Heights and made it complete. I mean, they made it what I imagined what it was supposed to be initially, except, oh, sick, let's go. Except, I'm probably missing something, but I don't really care. Because if you've looked into Sonic Force's development and its some of its beta and alpha stages, you'll know that they were meant to be a lot more elaborate. Not like huge or anything, but just longer with more stuff and tag team and all that. Well, what happened was, and then they cut it up into pieces. Well, I imagine that maybe what ended up in Sonic X Shadow Generations as Sunset Heights, at least Act 1, is what maybe they wanted initially, because it's so much more developed. It's so much more fleshed out. You know, there's all these different sections for the canals, and it reminds me of some of the mods that have been done for Sonic Forces, you know, to make the levels a lot bigger and grander. Not just overclocked, but I think there was like Reloaded, Reimagined, I don't know. A lot of great modders. There's this guy called Infinite Force. I think I'm still subscribed to him, but he just hasn't uploaded in a long time. I think that's what's going on. Ooh, yes, I want that. He was a great modder in that scene at the time. Along with, I believe, Nux Fan and a couple other guys. I don't remember their names exactly. But they went fucking hard, modding stages from different games and modifying the existing levels, and it was awesome, you know? So it feels almost like they hired this man. No, they hired, you know, someone no, they didn't, obviously. But they must have looked into it, you know? I don't fucking need that life, to be honest. They must have looked into that and, okay, this is what we can do with the stage, because some of the set pieces are remarkably similar to that of the modded versions of Sunset Heights with, like, you know, more level design and such, I imagine. Yes, that's what we have to do. And why is it playing the bonus stage music? Oh, wait, probably because we were in, like, a bonus stage type. Yeah, that makes sense. Everything's dark. It's all Crash Bandicoot. Shit. Hold on. Where am I going now? I mean, the game design logic says you gotta go higher, right? So let's climb up on this, and now I'm gonna have to do some precision platforming. Nice. And yeah, and it just feels like a much more complete stage. And there's also an Act 2 with some challenges. I don't really care about the Act 2s because they're all 2D. I guess I get why they did it, but still. But yeah, I guess it does bother me a bit that half the level is just Radical Highway. Why did he do that? Like, with every stage in the game, it's like it then cuts to Radical Highway. It's like, okay, and you know, cool. I love that riff, man. I can play it on guitar too. I mean, like, it's in drop D, I think. I play it in standard, but I got my way of, like, hitting that open D to make it sound like a chuggy thing. Whatever. And then, like, that lead part, it's actually kind of tricky to play. I'm not even sure if it was genuinely played or if it's, like, the notes were recorded separately. They did some, like, because, you know, in the new metal era, that was very common to not actually be playing the guitar parts. Like, watch any behind-the-scenes recording making of Linkin Park, you know, like Brad, he very rarely does the full guitar part. He would just, like, have these chopped up like points of authority. That shit is like, you know, chung, and then do you just copy paste, and then, like, the clicky sounds and stuff. You know, you can obviously play it for real on guitar, but it's never gonna be that tight because it's so locked in and to the grid. You know what I mean? And that's cool. I mean, that's a really interesting production technique. And you know what else they did? Back to Sonic. You know what else they did, though? Which I really enjoy? They took one of the areas, Chaos Island, I believe, from Sonic Frontiers, and, I mean, duh, they had the assets lying around. They were already ready to go for the 8th generation, Switch, PS5, whatever the fuck, Xbox, PC. So they were like, and, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, all of the models and all of the assets for Sunset Heights are the exact same from Forces. Come on, it's only a single generation, and it's a single generation that, like, isn't from, like, back then when graphics were actually changing. They could have taken 360 assets, and, in fact, we probably have. In fact, that's exactly what Sonic Generations is. It's just, I'm glad from what I can tell, they haven't fucked up the Generations part of it. I hope they haven't. I don't know. Not many people are talking about it because, I mean, it's not like Colors Ultimate where it was all, the different graphics and it's all weird. Apparently it had some like bugs and stuff. I don't know. I never bothered with it because I already have Sonic Colors. Man, I love the DS version as well. I think it's really fun. It's like Sonic Rush free. But yeah, but they took those assets and basically made linear stages, and I guess my prayers have been answered because I like the art direction that Sonic Frontiers had with this very different approach to the way Sonic looks, and not Sonic, but the environments and stuff. They just look so open and natural. Maybe not quite as creative as they really... I don't know. I think they look cool, and yeah, no, they took that and just made it into a linear stage. Could you say it's a waste? Well, I don't know. I don't think it would make sense, especially considering that from what I've seen, the controls in the regular linear stages look no different from those of Forces. I mean, they've slightly smoothed over that awkward acceleration Sonic used to have. Remember that? Where he would kind of transition suddenly into his running state. He would go... You know what that's called, by the way? I know what that's actually called from modding. It's a property that you assign to a level called Top View. Basically, not all of the bosses, but some of the bosses in Forces, they had the reason why they control, for example, the Zavok fight. The reason why the Zavok fight controlled like way better than every other part of the game is because it applied a parameter to Sonic's movement called Top View. At least that's what it was in the text document back when I used to mod the game. I mean, I wasn't like active modder, I just downloaded mods, you know what I mean? And I would mess around with the text documents because they would come with these text documents you can use to configure things. And so, you could assign that to any level. You can make any level a top view stage, and what that did was it essentially limited Sonic's top speed and greatly nerfed his boost, but that also made him control like really, really well at low speeds. And so because that proved to me right then and there that there was a separation between how Sonic controls in different modes, and there was always this awkward transition, this sudden, okay, now he's running kind of thing going on, you know? Which they seem to have smoothed over in Frontiers and Shadow, and like the Shadow part of, because I'm assuming the Generations part of Generations is just a straight up source port of just everything from Generations as it was. No alterations. Which is good, because it shouldn't be changed. It's Generations. It's like the best fucking Sonic, one of the best Sonic games. But yeah, so if they went and did something too crazy with the level design, it would have... Ooh, I wonder what I'm gonna do for this. I've already lost track. Okay, well... Huh. Is it the first one? No, it was Yuzu. I told you to stop referencing that. Modern vintage gamers are gonna get very annoyed. There you go. It's over. Big text in the thumbnail. I know. That's why they do their job, and I guess I'm not doing my job. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, they couldn't do anything too insane when it comes to the level design, because, I mean, the controls, while improved, still wouldn't have worked, you know? Not that you can't control them in an open environment. I mean, the Frontiers proved that, but that's because Frontiers, you can easily tell, totally overhauled Sonic's movement in those areas, in the open zone environments, and had all these upgrades and options. Like, one of the few Sonic games with tons of control options, and I think it has mouse, like actual mouse support on PC. I'm literally gonna go check that right now. Okay, yeah, it just came back from the PC Gaming Wiki. It does, although it apparently has negative mouse acceleration, and it's fairly limited in how much you can customize it. As, you know, mods, I'm sure you can... What? Oh, I see. That's very clever, okay. Oh, fuck, you're supposed to move the pod. Jesus, okay. Way to make that clear, game. But yeah, okay, so one of the few Sonic games with like actual mouse support. So it can be done. You know, because like I remember watching some video by someone, I don't fucking remember anymore. But I think he made, was it Sonic Fursuit? It was back when Forces came out. I think it was like called, the video was like all caps, Sonic Fursuits or something like that, whatever. And he said that basically, how do I remember this? What is wrong with me? I'm really obsessed if I remember this shit, but whatever. It sticks with me. Shut up. And so, oh, we have to, okay. And so he said that the reason why they would never make an open world type Sonic game, you know, that's aged real fucking well. They would never do that because it's for kids and kids don't understand computers, and you know, you need a mouse for that. Well, you can just use a control. I mean, yes, it's not as precise as a mouse, but you don't really need fucking Quake-free arena precision to play an open world Sonic game. It's nice, and I imagine the game probably plays way better on PC if, you know, all those Nintendo hire-this-man style fan games are any indication, sure. But, like, come on, it's not... Okay, just use the tank controls. This game has tank controls, take advantage of that. See? So much easier when you're using the tank controls. Right, so basically, no, it's not a total done deal, you know, if you don't have those controls. But either way, yeah, so... look at that. They did it. They hired this man. I'm sorry. That joke is not... It's only funny because of that really cool song, you know? Like, that guy's got pipes. That guy can sing. Okay, I think that was one of those... I swear that minigame was going to go on forever. Although it almost spawned a life. Like, yeah, because I need lives. In this PlayStation 1 game. That I'm, well, not only because, you know, lives are kind of meaningless in these kind of games anyway, especially with a password system, but, you know, because I'm playing this on an actual PS1, released in 1994, in Japan, that is. It was in 1995 in America. I always take the original release dates into account because that kind of gives you an idea as to the kind of hardware you're working with, you know? Because you can't really, like, just because it was released a certain year later or whatever in another region, I mean, it doesn't mean it has hardware that reflects that time period. That's like saying that the PS2 is a late 2000 release when it's not. It's an early year 2000. It might as well be a console of the 90s. It lived through the 2000s, but it was developed in the 90s. You know what I mean? Which is fucking insane because if you think about it, the Wii is like, I don't even know how the hell it made it through, because it made it through by being appealing to the casual consumer because, you know, it's basically just a GameCube, and the GameCube was developed in, you know, it was released in 2001, so therefore it must have been developed in, like, you know, late 90s in the year 2000. So, basically they were rocking fucking year 2000 technology all throughout the 2000s and even the very start of the 2010s. In fact, even longer than that for certain games. I don't know why we have to do this. At this point, I have no idea what I'm doing. And I'm just kind of playing the game, just hoping that because I've never played this part of the game before, honestly. What do they want me to do? Do they want me to maybe... I think I know what I have to do. Blow them up to a certain amount, but don't kill them. And then... splat hit. Oh, wait a second. I can stomp on him myself. And then no, that's not what I have to do. Well, what the hell are you supposed to do with this guy? Because you can't just, I mean, like, I imagine if I just do this again, I'll get the same result, right? Yeah, same thing happens. So clearly there's some puzzle here. This is a very puzzle-focused area. Very interesting. Okay. I've also been recording for quite some time. We might be... I mean, does this area even have a sub-boss? What would the sub-boss be, if not Baron Dante himself? Okay, we can't hit him as it is, right? No. He doesn't damage us. But we can... Come on, man. We can fucking push him. Jesus Christ. Alright. Hope this doesn't have Crash Bandicoot logic, where if I don't see him, it doesn't exist. I exploded via Dig Dug. That's somebody's wet dream right there, and that's the internet for you. Anyway, I don't have all the... Are they just gonna cop out and just give me the fucking... Oh my god, are they actually gonna do that? Freak. Oh my god, speaking of forces, this reminds me of that one time in Metal Sonic's fight where they just dumped all of the red rings in one area. It was really funny. Like, you never see the red rings just bunched up like that, but no, it was like just red ring, red ring, red ring. Cool, now what? This feels like such a weird part of the game. Are we just here to get more gems? Because fuck that, I don't care. Are we here for more Gobbos? I guess we are, so let's go and save some more Gobbos. Kapoop. Oh, fuck. Now I gotta go find a silver key in this very gray level. That's gonna be real fun. Oh no, unless they expected me to already have the silver key. No, I think I know what they're getting at. Oh, no, wait. It's a maze. I swear to God, if this is like a full-on, like, maze, I'm gonna be really upset. Because no one likes mazes. Like, no, like, mazes were invented before video games were invented, so we convinced ourselves we liked them, but we don't. There you go. Taking the inventions of the past for granted, and then devaluing them, essentially, because of current innovations. I don't fucking know. Basically, we're pretty much... Oh, yes, okay, we got him. And now I have to make it back to the goal. I think it's fine. I think it's just a straight line, alright? And this music is super fitting. Oh, fuck you. That would have been cool to end it with music. Alright, are we halfway through this? Because I've been recording for a while. Oh, Fosley's Freaky Donut. That sounds like a boss. There might be a cutscene. Oh no, now I have 3 balloons. Oh, that shit genuinely makes me laugh. That is so fucking stupid. It's great. This is funny. This is the funny game. Alright? Oh, I love the way this environment looks. Yeah. Oh, okay. The platforms shrink. They don't fall. They shrink. But except for these ones. I'm gonna assume they... Yeah, of course. Everything in this game comes back. Nothing is permanent. Alright? That's a fucking amazing song. There's this band called Acceptance. I think they were like one of those weird, like, 2000s Christian bands that you would never tell is a Christian band. They used to, like... I think they went on tour with Seosin. Because I remember watching this interview with their old singer. Not their old singer, Anthony Green. The other guy, the one in between. Who said like they played some pretty stupid pranks on him though. That was fun. Make what is already living hell being on tour. Not that I would know, but you know I've definitely seen my fair share of videos about that stuff from not huge bands. And then make it even worse by putting shit in a bag and hiding it under their... Seriously, they've done that. My god. Oh, I almost died there. But yeah, and they had a song called Permanent. And, it's really interesting because if you've played ATV Off-Road Fury Free, you'll only ever know that song as the demo version when in... So we have to... I get it. I know what we have to do. We have to make that TNT stand on this thing, right? Right? What else am I supposed... Yeah, exactly. Ah, shit. Okay. I hope that's what I'm supposed to do. Oh no! Those can trigger them too. What's going on? What's it doing? It's just stuck. Am I supposed to do that? Whatever. And so basically that was like the demo version of the song. It wasn't quite as polished, and then they re-recorded it proper for their album. It still sounded pretty good. Because by that time, band demos started getting pretty damn good because, it was easy to put together. Nowadays, like, demos sound basically just like the final thing. Okay, a quick trip to the people who actually know what they're doing. That's it. That's literally all you do. You just walk over it. I thought I had to be, like, all cunning and try and... No, that's it. That is literally the fight. I mean, it's still pretty creative, but wow, I totally thought I had to do a lot more, but there you go, and there he goes. And now he's small. Let's see what kind of funny way to come up with, like, the reasons for him to not be big anymore. Yay! I has Balloon back. That's great. Fucking amazing cutscenes in this game. Seriously, I'm so glad you didn't go the pre-rendered route and try to make them all epic and cool. It's like, fuck that. Just do some goofy ass shit and it's great. So yeah, anyway, that's gonna do it for part 5 of Croc, Legend of the Gobbos. My voice is gone. And I'm gonna see you guys in part 6, where we're probably gonna be finishing the game. most likely getting the standard ending, unless this game has like a grace amount of how many Gobbos you have to save. Like, it's not like, oh, it has to be all of them. Maybe if it's like, oh, at least this many, because I probably will have at least that many, because I've collected quite a few so far. Either way, I'm going to see you guys with part 6 of Croc, Legend of the Gobbos. See you then.